I truly believe that if you're properly prepared, you can go outside in any kind of weather. Now adults, if they're comfortable outside, usually the general rule of thumb is that school-age kids will also be comfortable with the same sort of layering of clothing. Babies, kids under the age of 2 or so, you want to add an extra layer, but the rule of thumb is multiple thinner layers, and make sure that wear a hat, that your head is covered since you lose so much heat from your head, and that your hands, fingers are covered. And with kids especially that are outside playing, they actually can, you know, when it's in the 20s and even in the teens, school-age kids that are running around can actually get really, really hot. And what they'll do is they'll pull off gloves and they'll pull off their hats. You know, when they get overheated, which is fine, but they've got to be reminded to put them back on as they sort of cool down. Getting wet is also a thing that contributes to cold injury, meaning frostbite. And if kids do get wet, if they should sort of, you know, step in a puddle or get their fingers wet, it's important to go ahead, come on inside, change out for a dry pair of gloves before you go back in. Kids may get really, really cold hands and feet, and you'll say, oh my gosh, you know, they're turning a little bit whitish, and that can happen, which is kind of pre-frostbite. But if that does happen when parents are concerned and their kids' fingers and toes are getting really cold, what you do is you come back inside. You know, if you want to put their hands and feet in a little bit of warm water, that's great. Sit in front of the fireplace, whatever. If frostbite's ever a concern, you don't want to rub it, but just come back into the room, heat up normally, it should be just fine. But we don't see frostbite very often here at all.